Suddenly, Kate freezes the whole area around us, making it look like as if we were taken inside some frozen palace from a fairy tale. The area is clear. Kate says there's no one surrounding us. Great, Darren says. Now unfreeze the damn hallway before anyone sees. Before Darren got to finish his sentence, a door in front of us opened slightly, and a man that appeared to be some kind of servant from the castle stuck his head out of it. The man starts to stay, but he suddenly stops talking due to the shock of seeing the whole hallway completely frozen. After a few seconds, the man starts talking again, choosing to act if nothing had happened. The king will be notified of your arrival shortly, the servant says. Please wait in this hallway until it's time for your scheduled appointment. But he just said the king will see you now. He changed the fucking thing. Oh no, it's the same. The king will be notified. He then closes the door without saying another word. Well, you heard the man, Rose says. We have plenty of time left until the meeting. Let's go exploring. What are you talking about? Darren says. You told us to wait here, and Kate still needs to unfreeze the hallway before anyone sees it. I can't unfreeze it, Kate says. It will melt on its own in a few hours. We don't have a few hours. Darren says if the king sees this, he'll have our heads. Relax, Adric says. What's the worst that could happen? Good gods, man, Darren says, exasperated. Isn't there anything that ever sets you off? All of a sudden, the whole area around us gets covered in flames, and all the ice quickly melts into water, which then almost immediately evaporates into thin air. The flames then disappear as quickly as they appeared, leaving the hallway in the same state it was when we came in first. Was that Rose? No, not Rose. Illuna? There, flowers. Oh, it was Flower, yeah. I took care of it. Now, does anyone want to go exploring? I mean, we've been told to stay here. I don't think it's a good idea to go, to be honest with you. But it feels like the game is like leading us. You know, whenever in these shows I try to like back out of things, this always ends up like worse. But this feels like it would actually end up worse if I go. You know what? We're probably going to be exploring the castle anyway when we do the perfect playthrough or whatever good choices. I'd rather stay here. I'd rather not go around. Let me think though for a second. You know what? Fuck it. I think the king is pretty chill about it, so I might as well just go. Sure, I'll go. Perfect, Flower says, follow me. Oh, come on, Darren says. Why are we supposed to tell that servant guy if he comes back and asks for you? Tell him we'll be right back, I say, and then give me a call through the transceiver. Darren shakes his head in disapproval, but he doesn't say anything else. I go catch up to Flower, who seems to have stopped in front of a wall, not far from our original position. Looking at the wall from different angles, the girl starts to knock on the bricks one by one, as if she were looking for something. Is there anything special about this wall? I ask her. Shush, I'm trying to listen. Flower says that she continues to knock on the bricks. After a few more seconds, the girl finally seems to have found what she was looking for, and she starts to pull one of the bricks out of the wall. With both her hands, she puts the brick down. I see that inside the hole left in the wall, there is a small wooden lever. Well, you sure know your stuff, huh? I tell Flower. Of course, Darren says. Petal and I have been through dozens of ruins with hidden passageways before. Sort of our hobby. As of a hobby, more of a tendency to get into mortal peril on a weekly basis. Illuna says the girl's eyes turn bright blue again. I got it, Flower says as she pulls the wooden lever. As soon as she releases the lever, the bricks surrounding it start to get pushed inside the wall, making way for us to pass on the other side. Both go beyond the wall and enter a small dark room that has a stone pedestal in the middle of it. Oh no, it's a fucking stone pedestal. This is the same way Medieval Fantasy Wizard's Choice started, honestly. Is there a book with a human skin on it? Upon closer inspection, it seems like there is some writing on top of the pedestal, but it's too dark to make out what it says. Mom makes a small orb of fire, which she sends floating above the pedestal, so I can read the writing on it. Now that I get a closer look at it, it appears that text is written in the common language. What does it say? Flower asks. It says, place your palm on this pedestal if you like discovering secrets. Oh, I love discovering secrets, Flower says. She quickly places her palm on the top of the stone pedestal. Second piece of the puzzle. Oh, good thing I went here then. Did I even get this in this play? I don't think I've actually gotten these in like my main playthrough. Maybe I did, I don't know. Suddenly a hole appears at the base of the pedestal and the two small objects get thrown out of it. As I reach to get them, the hole closes itself back up again. Getting a closer look at the two items, I see that one of them is a piece of a puzzle while the other one is a small parchment. I hold the parchment in my hand so that both Flower can see what's written on it. As I read the text on the parchment, I notice that it's written in the common language as well, that it says, "Find all the pieces of the puzzle and I will share with you my greatest secret. I've left one of these in each of the buildings I've designed." The parchment is then signed as simply the building's architect. Hey, this sounds like fun, Flower says. "I want one too." She puts palm on the pedestal again, this time, and nothing happens. "It doesn't let me get another one," Flower says. "Barry, you tried." "Hey Barry, can you hear me?" I hear Darren's voice coming from the receiver. "Yes, I hear you," I say as I grab the transceiver in my right hand. Flower frowns at me for ignoring her. She places my left hand herself, placing it on the pedestal. Just like before, the base of the pedestal opens up and throws out another piece of the puzzle parchment. Flower takes both items and put them in her pocket. "The castle servant came back," Darren says. "He said the king will see us now. Hurry up and get back here, will you?" "Yeah, we're on our way," I say. After we make our way out of the dark room behind the wall, Rose pulls out the lever again. The bricks go back into their original position. She then grabs the brick off the wall and carefully places it back into the wall. "We wouldn't want anyone else to discover the secret before us, would we, Barry?" Rose says with a smile. "I suppose not," I say as we start to head back to where everyone else was waiting for us. "Well," Darren says, "when we reach them, did you find what you were looking for?" "Yes," Flower says with a cheerful smile. "Spectacular," Darren says. "Now let's get moving." We open the doors with the castle servant used earlier, and we enter a long empty hallway that seems to lead directly to the throne room. Before opening the last set of doors, Darren looks at each of us in turn to confirm that we are ready. What are we getting ready for? Then we all step inside the throne room one by one. The throne room looks just as empty as the other part of the castle, except there is a long, narrow red carpet leading to the throne on the opposite side of the chamber. The king is currently standing beside him. We can see the servant from before. On the other side, an old man that I do not recognize, but appears to be rather important, at least judging by his expensive clothing. The gnome is now dressed in more kingly manner than when he made his last appearance, having a golden crown on his head and a red mantle on his shoulder. When we arrive in front of him, he greets us courteously. "Welcome, friends," Gollum says. "Please make yourself at home. I'm sorry for the lack of chairs, but I've been told repeatedly that it would not be fitting for ordinary people to be seated in the presence of king." "Skip the formalities, King of Thelius," the important-looking man says. "This isn't the time and a place to observe proper etiquette." Now, Ambassador," Gollum says. "Proper etiquette is always important, lest we descend into barbarism. You speak to me of barbarism. The people standing before us are proven murderers," the ambassador says. "I did not come here to hear your lectures. I came here in the name of the King of Olender in order to make sure that the murderers of the Majesty's brother are rightfully..." Holy shit, was the Majesty's brother? I thought it was just some noble. "Rightfully punished." Whose Majesty? Oh, is the another king. Okay. "Murderers they may be," Yalmak says, "but there also are esteemed guests. I would like to at least hear the reason before deciding the punishment." He then turns to us. "What say you, brave warriors?" the gnome says. "What was your reason for killing the Earl of Olender?" The guy was asking for it. We didn't kill him for innocent. We killed him because he placed absolutely no value on human life. All of these are shit options. The guy was asking for it. That's a really good option. I really want to pick that, but I'm not gonna do that. We didn't kill him, we're innocent. We're gonna go with the cringe option, or we killed him because we place absolutely no value on human life. Half-breed. What does that mean? We killed him because he placed absolutely no value on human life. Gollum says. I assume that you were talking about the slave girl he was with. Wait, hold on. In this playthrough, I didn't kill her. I didn't kill him. Our boy Darren killed him, actually. I just remember that. We killed him because that's why we are saying we instead of I. We killed him because he placed no value on human life. Golmek says. I assume that you're talking about the slave girl he was with at the time. Tell me, young Lasethi, are you aware of the laws in our city regarding slavery? Your Majesty, Darren interrupts us as he places himself in front of me and he bows before the king. Please allow me to explain what happened. Psst. I hear Arka's voice coming from the amulet. As soon as Darren begins to speak, "Hey you there, weakling, stat wielder guy, half Lasethi, come here." Half Lasethi. Half Lasethi, I ask her as I get closer to Hardrick and the amulet. No, oh, so we are, let's see, what are they? Weakling? Okay, that was true. Stat wielder guy, half Lasethi. So that's the only new information we got out of this. Halfless city. Never mind that, Araka says in a low voice. We've got trouble. Aiden just teleported in the middle of the hallway and he's hiding with that invisibility spell of his. Aiden, I ask her, why would you choose to come now of all times? I don't know and I don't care, Araka says. I promised that I'd let you know when Aiden was near. I've kept my word. Now will you tell this buffoon holding my amulet to stop spinning me with every opportunity he gets? Right, I say. I see what I can do about it. While I was talking with Araka, it seems that the discussion between the king and the ambassador has gotten a bit more heated. You defend this filth? The ambassador shouts loudly at the gnome king. I'm not defending anyone, Gollum answers him calmly. I'm simply saying that before condemning them, they need to be offered a fair trial.